This morning, the Supreme Court struck down the Trump-era tariffs, ending a years-long trade war and shaking the foundation of American economic policy. In a 6-3 decision, the court ruled the executive branch overstepped its authority. Congress, not the president, sets trade policy. This is a seismic shift, rebalancing power between the White House and Capitol Hill. For years, tariffs shaped everything from car manufacturing to the price of washing machines. Some businesses thrived under protection, others struggled with rising costs. Now that landscape is wiped clean. The court's message: a president cannot unilaterally impose sweeping economic measures. Markets reacted instantly, futures surged, the dollar fluctuated, and Washington was thrown into a frenzy. This ruling sets a powerful precedent. Future presidents will face higher legal barriers to using national security as a reason for tariffs. Trade policy debates return to Congress where they began. The case, American Institute for International Steel v. United States, questioned the very foundation of the America First trade agenda. The majority answered, one person cannot reshape the nation's economic relationships alone. As the country digests this historic ruling, its effects will ripple from Midwest farms to Rust Belt factories. The rules of the game have changed for everyone. The aftershocks are just beginning. To understand today's ruling, we need to revisit the trade war's origins. In 2018, President Trump used Section 232 of the Trade Expansion Act to impose steep tariffs, citing national security. This broadened the definition of national security to include the health of American industries. Tariffs started with steel and aluminum, then expanded to hundreds of billions in Chinese goods. The result, the biggest trade conflict since the 1930s. The legal challenge asked, who decides what's a national security threat? Plaintiffs argued the president had too much unchecked power, undermining Congress's constitutional authority. The Supreme Court's decision to hear the case signaled a willingness to re-examine executive power. Today, that re-examination redrew the lines of power in Washington. The era of unilateral trade wars is over. Chief Justice Roberts' majority opinion focused on the Constitution's separation of powers. Congress can delegate some authority but not all. Section 232, as used, was an unconstitutional handover. The court didn't judge the tariff's economic impact, only the process. The term national security had become too vague, letting the president act as lawmaker. The dissent, led by Justice Gorsuch, warned this ruling could weaken the executive's ability to respond to threats. The debate: how much power should the president have in trade and national security? Today's decision marks a win for Congress in the ongoing tug-of-war over trade authority. The balance of power has shifted. Tariffs split America. Steel and aluminum producers thrived, reopening plants and securing jobs, clear winners. For them, today's ruling is a blow, a return to tough competition. But businesses relying on imports, automakers, appliance makers, faced higher costs and tough choices. Many passed costs to consumers or saw profits shrink. For them, the decision brings relief. Farmers suffered as foreign markets retaliated, slashing prices and straining rural America. The end of tariffs could reopen export markets, but recovery will take time. The tariff story is one of competing interests, no single American experience. The Supreme Court's decision doesn't erase these divisions. It moves the fight from the White House to Congress. The debate over trade is far from over. With the tariffs gone, prices for cars, appliances, and more may fall. Good news for consumers. Companies must now adapt to a new reality, while global markets and U.S. allies welcome the shift. The U.S. is moving away from protectionism, opening doors for new trade agreements. But uncertainty remains. Congress now faces intense lobbying from all sides. The core question, how to balance protecting industries with the benefits of global trade, returns to lawmakers. The decision dismantles a transformative policy and reaffirms Congress's central role in trade. Relief for some, anxiety for others, the divisions persist. As the dust settles, one thing is clear. The end of Trump's tariffs marks a new chapter in America's global economic story. The debate continues, but the rules have changed.